here is the homework for section 8.5, day 1. Problem number 11. Do we have a common denominator? What is it?
2x.
So add your numerator. And what cancels? What's your final answer? And by the way, x can't be 0. Number 12. Why don't you try it? Or 13, I'm sorry. You don't see a 12? Number 13. What? Tell me what to do.
You just subtract.
Okay, so what do you get? Negative 2 minus 1 is what?
Oh, yeah.
And x can't be 0, right? Number 15. And by the way, these came from the book.
Can we like return our books? Are we ever gonna use them?
We are using them. Well, you should be using them. You
Okay.
should be using them at home.
Oh.
Okay, so what would you do here? What's the common denominator? Say it again. 4xy squared. Good job, 4xy squared. So look at your first fraction. What's missing? We need to multiply this by a 4 and that by a 4. What do you get when you multiply that by 4?
20y.
Good job. How about the second fraction? You've got the 4, the x, and the y. What's missing? A y. So we're going to multiply this by y. So you get 2xy minus 4y. It's kind of a weird problem, isn't it? And what do you get when you add your numerator? What do you get?
2xy.
You get 2xy
Plus 16y.
plus 16y
Plus 8.
plus 8 over 4xy squared. Now believe it or not, you could pull a 2 out of this numerator. You could take a 2 out.
Take 2 out of the whole thing.
Yeah, and that's what we're gonna do. I'm kind of writing sideways. And now you can cancel this 2 with a 2 here. So this is gonna be your final answer, simplified answer, is xy plus 8y plus 4 over 2xy squared. You see how we took a 2? We took a 2 out of these and then factored it out of there. Questions, anyone? Okay, 17. What should you do?
2x plus 4.
And I'm gonna start using the space here. What should you do with the bottom? Right here.
Okay, take out a 2.
Factor out a 2. What's your common denominator?
2.
What is it?
2y
plus
plus 2.
2 times y plus 2. Okay, so for this first fraction, we're good to go. It's done. It's good. But what do we need to multiply this second one by? What's missing? A 2 and a 2, so you get 6, right? So what do you have?
Y minus 6.
Over? And there's nothing you can cancel. What's your restrictions? Y can't be what? Good. You guys are getting this, I think. Okay, 19. What should you do? Factor what? Two times x minus 3. Can you tell me what the common denominator is? A 2. You got it. Okay, so, in the top, the first fraction, what are you missing?
A 2.
A 2. So you need to multiply this by 2 and this by 2. What's 2 times negative 3x? Yep. And how about over here, what's missing?
X plus 3.
So what do you get here? 4x plus 12. Now what?
You take out a 4 and then 4x plus 2.
What do you mean take out a 4? Shouldn't you combine those two?
Yes.
What's negative 6x plus 4x? Now check to see if you can factor that numerator. Can you take anything out of that numerator? How about a negative 2?
Would you still get the same if you did what I just did and then use the factor formula?
I don't know what you did.
Okay, so in pen you wrote the blue 4x plus 12.
Uh-huh.
What if you just took out a 4 out of that and then continued to solve it like that? Would
Well,
still
no,
get
because
the
you have
same?
to add these up.
I know, you still added them up.
How are you gonna add them? If you have 4 times x plus 3, how are you gonna add that with this?
I don't know, you should put negatives in.
No, you wanna keep it as 4x, so you can combine the two. I see what you're thinking, but,
Okay.
you wanna leave them separate, so you can add them up. You wanna add like terms. But do you see something that can cancel here? A 2. So your final answer is negative 1, x minus 6, over x minus 3, x plus 3. And what's your restrictions? X can't be plus or minus 3. X cannot be plus or minus 3. I thought I gave you a lot of room, but I guess I didn't. 21, what should you first do? Factor, tell me what you get here. Anyone?
X minus 2x plus 4.
Mm-hmm. What about the bottom? Okay, what's your common denominator? It's
X minus 2.
x
plus
minus
4.
2, x plus 1, and x minus 1. You get that all?
Yeah.
X minus 2, x plus 1, x minus 1. So, this first fraction, what do we need? What's missing?
X minus 1.
Uh-huh.
You have 2x squared minus 1.
So 2x squared minus 2x, good. And how about this one? X plus 1. So you have 4x squared plus 4x right now. But then when you distribute, what do you get?
Combine.
When you combine these, you have a negative, this is gonna be a negative 4x. What's 2x squared minus 4x squared? Negative 2x squared. And then what's negative 2x minus 4x? Yep. Now you're gonna factor out a negative 2x here. And you're left with x minus 3. And guess what? There's nothing that's gonna cancel. I wish one of these was an x minus 3. It's done. There's nothing that cancels. I tried. I thought maybe something's gonna come out and then give us something to factor, but it's not. So tell me what the restrictions are. X can't be what?
Plus or minus 1.
Plus or minus 1, I like how you wrote that, plus or minus 1, and 2. 3 more. 3 more and we're done. Number 31. What's your common denominator?
4 squared.
Okay, first fraction, what do we need?
Nice.
We need an x, so 3x. How about the second one?
4.
We need a 4, so you have an 8. What's your answer?
3x minus 4. Yeah, the x minus 8 over 4x squared.
And your restriction is x can't be? Two more. Tell me what to do.
Factor.
I think these last ones are easier. Okay, we factored it. Now what? What's your common denominator?
X minus 3x plus 3.
So what do we do here? Someone tell me.
Multiply by x minus 3.
We're gonna take 7 and multiply it by what? We have the x plus 3, we need the x minus 3, right?
Yeah.
So what do you have on top? 4 plus 7x minus 21.
7x minus 17.
Or you could write 7x minus 17 over x minus 3x plus 3. This is this.
Both those are common.
Yeah, you can't, there's nothing you can do. What's the restrictions?
This can't be.
Mm-hmm. Grand finale.
Just over 1.
Ooh, yes, very good. This is 3x over 1. I like to do that. Now, too bad this wasn't like the difference, we can't we're not gonna factor that. What's your common denominator?
Squared.
X squared.
It's x squared minus 2, absolutely, x squared minus 2.
So 3x cubed.
So this fraction is already, it's complete. What do we need to multiply both of these by?
X.
Plus 2. So 3x cubed minus 6x.
So you get, Nick, what'd you get?
3x cubed minus 6x.
Good job. Okay, next, what do we do?
Combine the top.
Combine it. Can you do them without writing it out? Can you just organize it straight across? What is it? 3x cubed, then what?
Plus x.
Good, x squared, and then what? Minus x, all over.
X squared minus 8.
Now,
Okay,
let's
draw
talk about
it.
this for a second. What's your restriction?
X.
Anyone know?
Wait, I have a question.
Is it
Mhm.
x cannot be?
Why can't you factor out an x out of it?
You can.
You can. We'll talk about it in a second. Your restriction, if you set this equal to 0 and add 2, in square root, Danielle said, didn't you, Danielle? She said, those are your restrictions, plus or minus the square root of 2. Now, Nick said, can't you factor out an x? Yes, you can. If you pull an x out of here, yes, you can, but you don't have to for this because, anyone know why? You know why you don't need to? Because I can't cancel it with anything anyway. I don't have an x that I can cancel this off. So I would probably have done what Nick said. I would try to take the x out, but I kind of knew that there was nothing I was going to be able to cancel it with, so you can just leave it like that. How do you think you did? You guys understand this?
Yeah.
Okay.